trying to become this cat's friend for a while. He doesn't seem too thrilled with me pointing the camera at him either. That's too bad, you know. We could be really good pals. Someday we will. Anyway, good morning from San Marcos here in Lake Atitlan. I'm gonna go grab some lunch really quick at a really cool local place where you can get lunch for only 10 quetzales, which is about $1.30 US. So yeah, let's head there. One thing to keep in mind if you're in San Marcos is that there's only one ATM in town, at least that I know of. That is the only ATM in town. Only one. It's actually located in this shop behind me here. They're doing all that construction. There's an ATM in there. So this is the place. They don't have a menu. You literally just, I just always go up and ask for a vegetarian plate. But yeah, you get like fresh made tortillas, beans, rice, different like vegetables. Honestly, it's been different ever since I've come here, which is kind of cool. Like, it's never exactly the same thing. I think it's just whatever they have on hand. But it's delicious and only 10 quetzales, which is like, again, like I said, like $1.30 US. So I couldn't eat cheaper than that anywhere else, I don't think. I just want to say, these blue corn tortillas they make here, that may be the best tortilla I've ever had in my life. And yeah, it's just so good. I can't even believe it. You just take it and just dip it in here. The food. Probably the best tortillas I've ever had. Incredible. I don't know what kind of chili sauce that is, but that may be the spiciest shit I've ever tasted in my entire life. Like, you put like one drop on there and it's like your mouth is burning, my lips are burning. I don't know what it's made out of, what kind of chilies, but it's stupidly hot, but amazing. It might actually be like my favorite place to eat in San Marcos, simply because it's like so authentic. I mean, you're contributing back to you know, local people who need the money, and it's also super affordable. I mean, it's just crazy and kind of like funny to me how it's literally just like they cook the food in like a bamboo hut, and it's just amazing, authentic. It's really cool to find spots like that when you're traveling, kind of like off the beaten track, hole in the wall, like local places where you know you're getting like authentic, good, cheap food. First off, just check out the view of the volcanoes behind me here. Those two right there is Atitlan, Volcan de Atitlan, and then Volcan San Pedro is over there. Just want to point out how insanely pretty that is. Anyway, today I'm going to be attempting to do a hike to the town of Santa Cruz here from San Marcos. I've talked to a few people about it. A guy that I work at the hostel with did it yesterday, and he hiked from San Marcos all the way to Santa Cruz, and then took the lancha, the boat, from Santa Cruz back to San Marcos for 10 quetzales. So it sounds like a pretty feasible thing to do, to be kind of aware. I've learned of how safe certain routes are to hike, especially by yourself, because armed robberies do happen here. Not that they're like crazy common. It just depends on where you are. But I've done a bit of research on this particular route, and I've talked to people who are here who have done it, and none of them have had any issues. So to me, that means most likely I'm not going to have any issues either. But this is something you want to keep in mind. This is the road, this dirt road here, according to you know, what people have told me and the maps and such. This is where I want to go. Welcome to the tiny town of Tizuna, which is the first town you hit heading towards Santa Cruz from San Marcos. It's basically just a bunch of little residential areas and some tiendas. Really not much here, to be honest with you. It's kind of crazy. Like, I kind of expected there to be a little bit more than this. I know there's a dock by the water, but I didn't go to that. I just kept continuing straight on the road. I've been hiking for quite a bit, and you can see the town of Tizuna is way down there now. I ended up just walking through the town and continue hiking up into the hills over here because, I mean, there really wasn't much to see over there, I don't think, and nothing that really interested me, so I decided to keep on going. Honestly, this is a pretty good hike. I mean, there was some pretty steep switchbacks there, and you know, we are at altitude here, over 5,000 feet above sea level, so yeah, you do have a little bit less oxygen to work with up here. But yeah, the views are quite pretty, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so now I'm actually on like a proper trail here up on the hills, but check out these views off of this. That is just insane with the whole lake. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm hiking this trail to Albito. I want to say it's pronounced. May have pronounced that wrong, but that's the next town. And then after that, you hike Santa Cruz, which is kind of like my, you know, ultimate destination for this hike today. Which, yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna make it. Like between these two towns, Tizuna and Albito, is like the longest distance you have to hike between towns, and then I'll just take the lancha back to San Marcos afterwards. I've spotted the next town I'm visiting here on this hike, Albito. It's just right there, man. It's a really pretty hike, I'm not gonna lie. You get some, let me face this way so you guys can see the sun shine in my face. Really nice views, this whole hillside between Tizuna and Albito. Pretty long hike. I mean, I'd say it's like moderate. Some sections it would be like moderate in difficulty, and I mean, I hike a lot when I'm back in Colorado. I hike a lot by myself, so for me this isn't really like a big deal. But if you were to do a hike like this, make sure you just bring a lot of water and be prepared for it to take a couple hours, because it's how long it's going to take. But so far, I'd say it's well worth it. Welcome to Albito. Seems like this town has a little bit more going on than Tizuna did. I saw like the first tourist I've seen in probably an hour and a half. So yeah, not just locals here anymore. I'd say it still feels like a very local, you know, kind of authentic town, but still some nice alleyways here to walk around in. I believe this heads down to the docks where you could get a lancha back to, you know, San Marcos or Tapana or any of the other towns around the lake. But I'm going to keep on going to Santa Cruz here in a second. So that's actually kind of cool. There is a 200Q fine for littering in this town, which, I mean, not that I'm really about fines and things, but it's nice that they're actually like trying to keep the town clean. So that's kind of the first thing I've seen here. It is a very clean town. I got one final push, one final hike to get to Santa Cruz. Leaving Albito now. Cool little town. Not really much going on. There are some good looking restaurants and stuff. Some little small tiendas and stuff where you can pick up drinks and snacks and whatever if you were doing this hike, if you want to pick some stuff up. But yeah, I think it's time to keep on moving. Let's get to Santa Cruz. Dropping down into the town of Santa Cruz here. It's interesting because you can see like a lot of the main part of the town, a lot of houses and stuff are up on there on that hill. And then, you know, we got all the docks and everything kind of lining the whole shore here. And I know the dock that takes you back, where you can get a lancha back to San Marcos, is all the way at the other end down there. So I'm gonna walk down the town. That is where I just came from. I'm not gonna lie, the trail coming in town to Santa Cruz here off that hill is a little bit confusing because there was like 3 different routes that looked like you could have gone. Now luckily I'm using an app called Maps.me for my navigation, and although I don't have cell phone service here, the GPS still works offline to show you where to go. And Maps.me has this trail actually labeled on the map. I also use Google Maps as well, but Google Maps didn't have this labeled on it, and Maps.me did. So I use Maps.me, works pretty good, really good for offline GPS use when you're in another country and don't have a SIM card. Works great for that. The lake shore here in Santa Cruz. I think I'm gonna head back over and try and get a lancha back to San Marcos. We are back in San Marcos.